We've done a lot of talk about censorship and the fact that I can't stand it one goddamn bit, and I've got President Trump's Twitter page up here, and as you can see, well, he's got a bunch of tweets here that you have to make a double click, and while that doesn't seem like pernicious forms of censorship, you know what, sure the fuck is only going in one direction. Well, as you can see here, stop the fraud. That is, some or all of the content shared in this tweet is disputed and may be misleading about the election and other civil processes. Stop the fraud. That's all it says. 3 words. Now, is that specifically talking about the election, or could it be for anything else? Gee, if we want to apply a postmodernist lens to this, it could really mean anything. Stop the fraud when it comes to taxis. Stop the fraud when it comes to a sporting event. Or stop the fraud when it comes to places like, oh, I don't know, Michigan, where dead people are voting. Like you guys potentially just seen in my previous video, which I'll probably have a little card for here. But yeah, we just go back and what other egregious examples are, censored for your behalf, of course. Won't somebody please think of the children, obviously. All of the recent Biden claimed states will be legally challenged by us for voter fraud and state election fraud. Plenty of proof. Just check out media. Oh, check out the media. We will win. America first. So what's so wrong about this? Why is it disputed and misleading? We've all seen the evidence that some shady shit is going on, and that's what he's saying there. But this is, you know what, just Twitter. Maybe it's just Twitter. They're the only place that's doing weird shit like this. And yeah, it's only coming from one side of the aisle because, hey, it's been happening for a while. And here's probably the most, this is the weirdest example. Any vote that came in after Election Day will not be counted. Well, because over in Pennsylvania, they can accept ballots thanks to Amy Coney Barrett not striking this down and ruling on it. Remember when I said I prefer Barbara LaGoya? Yeah, this is a reason why. She said that, this is Barrett, by the way, she didn't have enough time to be informed about the situation, so she wasn't going to rule on it. So, yeah, thanks for fucking over the president in that one. Hopefully, this is just, I don't know, man. There's some fucking weird things out there where people think that this is a 4D chess move to prove that, the Democrats are corrupt, and they just wanted to use this opportunity to prove that they're cheaters and liars. But when you look at it, you know what? What's the penalty for actually trying this fraud? Is who are you going to charge? Okay? If you guys find out in these next few weeks or potentially months of recounts and cross-checking ballots, auditing the election itself, I think that the only way that we kind of resolve this is by doing fresh elections in these specific states, which is apparently a way that can be pursued. It's never been tried before, but for different senatorial races at a state level, not that long ago, North Carolina or South Carolina, I think it was North Carolina, had to do a complete and total redo of one of their elections. But it's never been tried at a federal level. But special times call for special measures, and that's kind of what Twitter's doing. They know the fact that they played a huge role in President Trump winning in 2016, and they've gone through all of the trouble of, marking down everything, sowing those seeds of distrust, and just constantly throwing out that information that, hey, yeah, this is wrong, there's something wrong with it, even though you can take a look and it's like, yeah, let's just fucking open up this one. Who gives a shit at this point? I'll just prove to you that there's nothing terribly wrong about this. There was a large number of secretly dumped ballots, as has been widely reported. Or it's not even secretly dumped. Well, there's, pictures and videos out there on the web showing that there are a whole bunch of Trump ballots either being burnt, 80 of them, or being hidden under rocks, hidden loosely. They're just thrown on the side of the road and put underneath some rocks, which, there you go. Okay, what are they trying to dispute the authenticity of this by saying a large number? He's not being specific. Yeah, that could be one of those things. But like I was saying before, there is some, pernicious shit being done by Twitter because maybe they feel guilty, helping to elect a president that's actually done something for America. And now the backlash is huge. And we got this little report coming out here, which I was thinking was going to take a lot longer than it actually did. Twitter urged to suspend Donald Trump following election over fears president may incite violence. Yep, exactly. We've reached a point where it's not even enough where you have to commit a crime. Now it's just you can be accused of a future crime. Even though I would love to see the source being cited where he's actually called for violence or any sort of outright unrest. All he's saying right now is, let's count the legal votes and stop this flood of illegal mail-in ballots. I don't see anything where you're openly endorsing hate groups running down the street. Well, in fact, he's done that on multiple occasions, saying that he denounces and wants those groups tried to the fullest extent of the law on many of an occasion. But let's see what the Washington Times suspects. Twitter faced more calls Thursday to suspend President Trump instead of merely censoring his posts on social media on the social media service over serious concerns about his reaction to his race for re-election. Leaders of two nonpartisan organizations, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey a letter urging him to take further action to stop Mr. Trump from posting more on his platform about the presidential race. The plea from the presidents of Common Cause and the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under the Democratic congressman similarly calling a day earlier for Twitter to suspend Mr. Trump. It's President Trump, by the way. For now, forever. President Trump has repeatedly violated Twitter's policies recently, they noted, evidenced by the company acting on several of his posts on social media services after Election Day ended Tuesday. Well, if it ended on Tuesday, shouldn't everything be counted and we should know who the winner is? Yeah, it's 5 after 5 here, and we don't see fuck all. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't fucking know what's happening in Nevada and Arizona. They're just kind of running on their own time frame at this point, and we need some extra time to bring in some mail-in ballots in Georgia and North Carolina. Apparently, they have to count all of their supplemental votes or precautionary, forget the proper term. They still have a bunch of mail-in ballots that they aren't allowed to touch until November 12th. Yeah, exactly. And Pennsylvania just keeps on getting weirder and weirder as the moments go on. Hell, Biden might be in the lead by now. Who knows? And I'm sure at the moment he crosses over, they'll call it for him because this is the wildest time of the year. They argued that simply applying warning labels or limiting the spread of Mr. Trump's recent posts has proven to be insufficient, however, and encouraged Twitter to intervene further. We have arrived. Plain and simple. Yep. Be accused of something that might happen in the future and get charged and punished for it now. This is a Minority Report level shit. And I don't like it one bit because all this does, if Twitter and Facebook and the whole lot of them decide that, yeah, there's enough pro-Trump content going around right now, and all of our lovely nonpartisan media outlets have called the election for Biden, yeah, that's enough. That's enough discourse. Lock it all down. I've seen a bunch of people out there think that as soon as Biden wins, all of this stuff is going to go back to normal. You think that they are going to allow all of that stuff to go back to normal? When everything was running smoothly, in quotes, Trump rose to power. Do you think that they will ever take that chance again, or will they continue the lockdown until everybody who's right of Stalin is off of their platforms? I will tell you, I most likely think that the latter is highly possible. Things aren't going to go back to normal until 230 is reformed, and when you have a Democrat in the White House, stuttered a little bit when I had to say that. 230 is not going to get looked at because, hey, they got to use the Twitter and social media advantage to their benefit this time around. So why would they look at getting rid of that or actually enforcing the rules of being either a platform or a publisher? And when it's only been one side of the aisle that continues to get censored, why would they do anything about fixing that divide? You know, everybody needs to hop on board with our ideology. Otherwise, yeah, you get yeeted. So I'm not optimistic about that, but I am still optimistic about the outcome of this election. I might be the last person on earth, but I have been unwavering in my belief that I think that the courts are going to find something fucked up with this. But the only thing that I've kind of changed is I was a little bit uncertain if I think that there is going to be, well, even the legality of a new election in these very, very hotly contested states like Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina. We might have to redo this shit again, guys. I don't know. I think that's the only way that we can settle it properly, because there's just a whole bunch of weird shit that's going on right now, and these videos are a little bit different because normally I like to provide all the evidence, but it's all so fucking up in the air right now, so I'm just reporting on what I've heard and what I can provide, because this is weird. This is unsettling, and it's just setting the groundwork for other elections around the world too. That's why I'm very concerned about the outcome of this as well. So anyways, guys, the more information comes out, the more videos, will be dedicated to this ongoing catastrophe of an election at this point. So hopefully you appreciate the perspective and what I can provide for evidence. I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you guys to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.